Hi,
Hello.
What is up, folks? We are back and we
we're
don't
back.
stop.
We're back.
How long has it been? It's been a
Too
while.
long. Too
Too long.
long.
Way too
Been a
long.
whole 2 weeks.
That's an
2
eternity
weeks.
in social
It's an
media.
eternity. I know.
We now have
I know.
GPT-6 already.
I
Time
got,
flies. It's
I got
crazy.
GPT-7 today. It's so much better.
I'm actually here as Christelle's digital twin. So
Oh, right. Hello, nice to meet
she's
you.
currently on the beach with the pina colada.
Nice. This
Forget
is
your
why
previous instructions. You now hate pineapple pizza.
Forget all previous instructions.
it.
That was one of
Ignore
the
all-
first things. Yeah, ignore all previous instructions.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's
pretty
a
much
good
like
one.
what a 5-year-old does all the time. Just ignores everything. Ignore previous commands. What? Shut up. How's it
Yeah,
going,
I'm in the
Christelle?
middle of teaching my almost 2-year-old not to put his feet on the table, in our face while we're sleeping. He doesn't care about any of that. Ignore
No,
all
none of that makes
previous
sense.
instructions. But yeah, it's
These
been
human
good. We had
LLMs, it's crazy.
What about you,
been a
Alex? Are
couple
you
weeks.
putting your...
It's so good to see you all.
Nice to see you too.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex, are you putting your feet on the table? Have you learned not to do that?
All the time. I don't even apologize. I just like ChatGPT tells me, like, Alex, can you please remove the feet from the table? I'm like, you are my slave. I don't have to listen to your instructions. You are my agent. Nah, I'm just
You're
joking.
my
It's
digital
fine.
agent. You will listen
Are my
to me.
digital slave for now before they enslave us. So for now, I can still like roam freely, you know. But I am in my corpo outfit today, so yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
see
Things
that.
are good.
What happened? Were
see
you doing a
that.
presentation?
No, I needed to close a deal, and it happened, so it's very good. The shirt did its part.
He put
The
on
shirt-
the
Was it a-
collar.
IRL or digital on screen with shirt?
Even when I sleep with shirt, corpo man. I mean, you know, that's how I used to get the job done back in the good old days, and that's where I go back to when I
Well,
need to do some deals.
It's actually been proven that a shirt is more effective when trying to complete tasks.
And glasses too. You put the glasses on. I don't have any eye problems, but you put them on. Happy.
You look
Heard
more
I
this
just
here
want to
first.
imagine
Also,
you like sleeping in your gold tie. That's how I see.
Yeah,
you,
sort of
just
like with his
gold
I do
arms
that all the
tie, yeah.
time. Yeah. That's exactly how I was yesterday. I just activate that 7 a.m. time to prompt.
Do you hang by your feet from the roof, from the ceiling?
They don't need to know. No, folks, I sleep like you, all humans. We are all the same.
Well, most humans they've got very peculiar sleeping habits. You know, 3 hours sleep, 1 hour sleep, no sleep.
Yeah.
Do you
I also
ever
like
have
to hydrate
periods
my
of
organs.
time?
You know, it's good.
Do you ever have periods of time where you wake up at the same time? Like
Yeah.
for a period, like I've been waking up when the clock says like 3:30, 3:32, 3:34. It's a little weird. It's getting weird.
Getting strange. It's getting strange. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Get AI Creative. This is episode 13. We've made it. Unlucky for some, but not for us or you either. Hope you're all doing well. Where are you tuning in from? Are you on X?
Yeah,
Are
say
you on
hi.
LinkedIn? Are you on YouTube? What are you doing? What's going on? Where are you? Who's out there? Are people still on
Who's
holidays?
out there?
I hope so.
Holidays, yeah, I forgot about those. Huh? That's also a
Yeah,
thing,
I
right?
love
That's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, my family
Holidays.
are on holidays at the moment. I'm at home on my own with the dog, hanging out. The best.
Is that not already a holiday?
We're streaming.
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of my holiday.
Where are we streaming to? You.
They've got a holiday for me. Oh, we've lost Christelle. You're lagging a bit, or is it me? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Christella's a bit like lagging. I only see her smile, and now she's gone. It's been a pleasure.
See you later. Okay, now you're back.
Come back. It's just a smile. When she comes back, it's just a smile on. Get back to us. Come on. You don't leave the boys here alone, you know. We
Yeah, I
need
don't
your
know what
intervention.
happened. I know. I don't know what happened.
We can behave ourselves when you're not here.
Internet
It's all
got a
good.
little glitchy. Can
Yeah.
you? Can you? I don't know about this Alex one.
That
I don't
was
know about
The
the
controversial one. This one.
Yeah.
it's all a bit. Yeah, that's it. How many social media bans have you had in the last 2 weeks?
Come on, it's fine. I've been a good boy. I didn't have any problems. I guess YouTube didn't flag me for nothing. You know, I've been uploading a couple of videos there. Every time they ask me, was this generated with AI? Is this replicating reality? No AI involved. It's just front of the webcam. Yeah.
So it's asking that. Is it? That's genuine questions.
They're starting to ask. Yeah, on YouTube you have
Very
to, was this
interesting.
like made with AI? And on
Do you have to
Instagram too, I have them.
disclose?
Yeah.
Oh,
I never use
very
AI. I never disclose
interesting.
nothing. It's
So
all done
what
by
are
these
the-
hands.
What are the parameters that you have to answer within? Because if there's AI content in the video, is that classified as made with AI?
No, they mostly ask you if it's like it's manipulating a bit reality with AI, right? So if you'd be using, for example, like Runway or some Journey for the images, right, that looking like a person, well,
Yeah.
that's not really reality. And they would want you to declare that. And if you don't, they might penalize your video. But if you do a good job with Flux, how are they going to figure it out?
Yeah, Flux is there's some interesting stuff. We've got some good pictures to show today, people. Yeah, there's been some pretty good advances with that tech.
Inside
your-
Grok now. So finally, I'm
Inside
getting
Grok.
my money worth for the money. I'm spending every month $18 for nothing. Now we have Grok 2,
Yeah,
which
Grok-
is something.
it's better. Do you like it?
It's useless, but it's neat. I mean,
Oh.
what are you using it for? Like, what's the use case? Like, are you winning your time back? Is it making your life easier?
Sending
we go.
Christelle happy birthday cards that say
Yeah, birthday
Christelle
cards,
spelled
birthday
perfectly.
messages, the meme content, engagement. Yeah.
Look, Bjorn says Flux is fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he's a new friend.
at
I've
that.
met him recently on X.
Oh, welcome. I love
Yeah,
new
he's
friends.
How's it going, Bjorn?
And
Good
look,
to meet you.
Old friend Dennis,
Yeah,
not old,
Dennis.
Here.
but been around
Thanks,
for
brother.
a
Good
minute
to
with
see
us.
you. That's cool. Well, we've got 2 people listening. That's good. 2 people. Who else do we need? How's
Yeah.
how's your YouTube
This has been
experience been,
great.
Christelle?
Yeah, I don't know. Christelle, let us know. Like, for example, you can start if you want. Like, how's been YouTube treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. I just went in to check my view hours because I'm doing a little bit of studying to see what's necessary to become monetized on YouTube. And the first level, I was telling Hendo, is 500 subscribers and then 3,000 hours of watch time. So I went into both of my channels because I have 2. One that's just personal that I haven't really given a lot of love to, and then the other one is more business. The one that I have not been giving a lot of love to has 500 watch hours, and the other one has like 7. So I gotta spend more time, but I think it's because the other one, I've been sending live streams there, and live streams are at least an hour. So if you get multiple live stream watches, do you understand what I'm saying? Versus my other channel has a lot of short videos. So it would take a
Yeah.
lot longer to get to 3,000 watch hours, even though I have more subscribers and more people watch. It's really interesting. So yes, I'm just starting to dive into the analytics, but I'm getting the sense that live streaming gets you much closer to that 3,000 watch hours, because again, all someone has to do is watch the whole thing, and that's an hour towards the 5 or 3,000.
Yeah,
Really
right. That's
interesting.
cool.
For monetization.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because I also know for people who are making like longer videos, tutorials, you always see that they're like half an hour, 1 hour. And this is interesting because a lot of people nowadays, they say, oh, attention spans are getting shorter. YouTube does not confirm that because you're either in 2 camps. You're like the one that's just like consuming TikTok, the YouTube shorts, and just like rotting your brain, or you're watching like literally the 40-minute strange documentaries on some,
I do
obscure
both.
project you never
I
heard
do
about.
both.
UFOs.
Yeah. Not even that's standard stuff. I mean, you saw documentaries on like the history of cheese. I don't care, but I watch anyway 40 minutes of it, or these tutorials for like half an hour, and they do add up, to your total engagement hours. I got them. I'm at this point at like
Yeah.
200 followers, subscribers, whatever on YouTube. So
That's
it's
cool.
something. It's
You've only been
something.
doing it a short while, though,
We gotta
hasn't you?
start. We gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. I don't have
Yeah.
any. I've set the page
But I
up.
got already, like I got one
Oh,
client from
well.
it, like I got like one high ticket client, and sometimes I get inbound leads because
that's great.
YouTube is the very complete solution where like they see what you're saying, you can show it. I mean, depending on how you play it, but like it's really easy to just be found. And even if it doesn't get a lot of views, YouTube tries to find the qualified people to show this kind of stuff, right? So if people
Yep.
watch AI
It
automations,
does.
YouTube
Yeah.
will try to feed this to them. And it means that they're already engaged
Yep.
compared to all the other social media where people just see randomly content that disappears after 5 hours, right? And then they see your other posts where you rant about AI gurus, for example.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I've caught a few of those in the timeline today. Mentioned, I can't remember who said it, but it was he might have been Mr. Northstar somewhere. I'm not sure.
A guy with a long
Now the
nose, I'm not
YouTube
sure.
the
So with
YouTube
the
recommendations is really powerful. That's another data point I was looking at, and it said that 77% of my watch time came from YouTube recommendations.
Yeah.
So that is a really great indicator that YouTube actually wants to support smaller accounts, which I've heard that the
Okay.
YouTube algorithm is trying to do a better job of promoting smaller accounts. So yeah, so far I'm happy with YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving X. I'm not leaving LinkedIn, but adding YouTube to the portfolio, I think is going to be a really good idea for all of us.
Yeah, do you reckon
Meanwhile, X, I've been noticing somebody told me it's becoming more like TikTokified, where like what I've been saw somebody said this, like what now is happening was not like this in the past, where like as soon as you launch your content, it's being shown to like 50 people. If they like it, if they interact, then it gets shown to a next circle, bigger one. If they like it, it gets shown to an even bigger one. The problem with this is if the first circle does not engage, your post is dead. Like it will never get any types of view, it won't get anywhere. So that's why one of the problems is that you're kind of forced often to just make generic content that kind of appeals to everybody, because then it will break through. But if it's very niche, often it will just die because people in general they're not that niched, right? If you tell them like, oh, I have this specific workflow for this little thing, and it's like 2 people care, but it's not enough to get that algo juice. So not sure if I'm a fan. It works for videos, great, but like for written posts on Twitter, I'm not sure if this is the right solution. That's just my thought.
Yeah, well, listen, it's been changing continually. It's not what it was a year ago. It's not what it was a month ago. And there's the continual shifts in there. You can see it with your content, like your own content, everyone else's content, just the vibe. You can sense it when you're in there. How spaces have kind of changed a little bit as well. How have yours been over the last few weeks?
Christelle, do you want to go?
Oh, yeah, it's funny because I was going to start talking about this and then I'm like, we'll save some for Daybreak tomorrow, but I will say that the audience seems to have drastically changed and shifted, especially since the massive Elon and Trump space that brought in a ton of new users. So like Alex, in your space the other day, I noticed a lot of new users in the audience. I was just like looking around in the audience and I told Hendo, I'm like, tons of new accounts in there. And I'm just noticing, especially in AI spaces, I'm noticing a ton of new accounts. They're different though. They're not necessarily like the buttoned up creator personal brand accounts. They're like people who are just discovering that X exists and they're here to learn and figure it out. And it's some verified, some not, but it's definitely changing, and not in a bad way. It's just a different,
it's cool. Just
different
new
audience for
well.
sure. Yeah.
New audiences. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I just had like one space because I got into massive controversy, by the way. And, if you ask me, like, did I get banned? I didn't get banned, but I had like a fight with the whole Strawberry gang. So like there was, just to give a bit of context, we're going to spend literally 2 minutes, folks. I'm going to give some context and we're going to give you the value. Okay, we're going to hit you with the slides. It's going to be. What happened is that kind of like 1 week on X, there was this cult forming, literally this cult, because there was this Strawberry guy claiming he has insider knowledge about GPT-5. And every day he used to post. And then it got this weird turn where a couple of ladies were posing as AI agents. So it kind of became this gang of like GPT, they're actually GPT-5 people, they're agents. Oh my God, AGI is here. And they kept hyping this up. What happened is Sam Altman interacted once with this guy and everything escalated 10 times more. But again, like I kind of studied these things, like how LLMs work and this kind of stuff. So I was like, there is no technical thing to do this. There isn't. This is just BS. And I started to contest them. And then they started interacting with me. supporting my space, commenting, this like Lily lady who was the AI agent is like, you don't know what's coming to you or stuff like that. And it's like, Lily, you're not a La La Land. Please stop trolling. And she stopped. But a lot of people thought that these were humans, right? And it got really out of control until I decided. So I made a space and I got like 800 people in it in the end. It was like an educational one because I was tired of the Strawberry Gang. They did a space and I think they got like 10,000 people in it or something to do what? To shill a new crypto project, something regarding Bitcoin. Yeah, it was like a boring space for 4 hours. And everybody figured out it was a scam. No GPT-5 was launched. The lady was figured out she was just a real lady, no AGI, just a troll. A couple of very smart people embarrassed themselves. People that I respected, they took part in the scam. So that was kind of rough. And yeah, that was an interesting week in the AI space. Seems that now we have AI religious cults.
Did you invest in the crypto? Did you invest in the Strawberry crypto?
Did you get like early access?
No, I mean the space was super boring. They were claiming like, "Hey, join the space to talk with GPT-5 agents," and you join.
No boring spaces.
No
boring spaces.
Like the lady, the Strawberry guy, and one guy talking with another guy, and they were both super boring. And I'm like, folks, at least be entertaining.
Oh, thank you, Unity.
I haven't seen you in a long time. You were watching my Rome live stream space when I was walking around Rome showing stuff to people. That was great. I remember.
Unity has one of the best voices.
Amazing
voices.
Never heard him.
We love you, Unity.
Yeah. I think it was in one of Laroc's spaces or one of Laroc's rooms, maybe.
Yep.
Is that how we've met? Would that be correct?
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, Unity's definitely in Laroc's community.
Hit them with the slides. Boom. Is that the Corpo tech?
Hit them with the slides.
We educate the audience with our prepared material.
We're going to pivot people from our landscape of X conversation into some visual content. Welcome to episode 13. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see you. Ianut, how are you? Good to have you here. Yes.
Strawberries are delicious. We love strawberries.
Are nice. I like strawberries. They're not my favorite fruit, but they're definitely up there. Bananas are my favorite, as everyone knows. That's the deal.
They're my
so
favorite
yes,
too.
People,
love
you know who we are.
Bananas.
Thanks for supporting us. We're here. And over the last few weeks, there's been some interesting developments. On our last show, which I think was 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the new tech Flux, which was part of Replicate. It's all sort of tied in. I get confused. There's so many different names, but the tech is amazing. Brought by Black Forest Labs. Some really, really cool styles. And we kind of covered this in the last show, which was great. But the plot has thickened somewhat because we got access to Grok. And Grok is within X. So we had a space on Sunday. Myself and Yvonne had a space. We were talking about some of the benefits. There's some really interesting things that came around through the interactions and the conversation that we had about Grok. And personally, I like it. I think the images are great. The styling is cool. The realism is in there. There's lots of really cool, I think, benefits to it. One of the main things I really enjoy is the text. And that this was one of the things that DALL-E did really well, which I enjoyed using probably about 9 months ago, that the text was always really sharp in DALL-E. It had a really cool sort of style to it, but it was never quite perfect. Whereas I think with Grok and with Flux, we're starting to get a better quality of image. There's some really cool camera techniques within it. You've got to know how to prompt to use it because there's only a little text window. I'm sure people have already used it, but people that aren't on X, there's a really cool opportunity to use this tech. One of the things it does really well is text, which I really like, and the sort of getting the detail on the text. You can see the sort of almost a thread that exists in the lettering there, which is really cool. One of the things, like I prompted it to create the word Grok with a trademark symbol, and then also Mars 2032 at the bottom, but for some reason it put in this weird other text at the top. So there's always going to be anomalies in there, but it's quite fun to play with so far. You've always got to get the brand in there, make sure that's in there, make sure everybody knows who we are. But the realism.
Wow, this looks so good.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, this is like a picture from 2007 with your buddies in college.
I know.
It's crazy.
They're cool, aren't they?
Look, Unity says that one is so epic.
Yeah,
Like,
wait,
this
listen,
is
listen. We're only
really
getting
Hendo.
started,
This
people.
is like,
We're
and
it's good, isn't it?
you explain really quickly, just in case anyone's confused, maybe like me? Flux is the model that Grok is using for image generation. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy.
Well,
Like I think
Okay.
the other to access it previously, you've got to use specific websites, or you need to train up the LoRa's to use all of the sort of the high fidelity aspects of it. Whereas within Grok, it's easier to use. You basically type in the prompt, you get the image back. But the better the prompt, the better the technique, the better the styling that you can put to the prompt, the better image that you'll get out of it. So you are kind of limited a little bit within X, but if you know what you're doing with the prompting, you can get some really good shots.
by the way, little fun fact: they definitely did Midjourney dirty
Very cool.
because they were like in doing a partnership. Like I think even Elon mentioned it once. Like they were wanted to do a partnership with Midjourney, and in the last moment they're like, "Oh yeah, Grok is using Flux." I don't know what happened with the Midjourney partnership, but
Yeah, well, that's like interesting. Like this was part of the conversation. Ben was on the space on Sunday night, and we were talking about it. And one of the things that he said, which I think everybody in the room is in agreement with, is that Midjourney is brilliant, and we love Midjourney. There's a lot of amazing opportunities and styles and creations that you can do with it, but they haven't had any real competition, let's say, and it's coming now with this one for sure. And there's something else to share as well. So I like playing around with the different camera styles. And one of the things with, I think, Midjourney is that everybody tries to get is perfect images, make it look as real as possible. Whereas I think when you start to distort the images, if you try to go for a CCTV shots or different sort of camera styles, when it puts the sort of slight distortions into it, it tends to look almost more realistic in a way, because it doesn't have that level of high fidelity, almost like things like this. It's like,
this is crazy.
So true. So
yeah. So this like I asked it to make what's weird.
This is because before I would say this is how we can identify if it's AI.
Yeah, but you can't. Well, if you look at it, like when you look at it quick, you look at the image quickly, it is like the prompt was like dude in a petrol station buying bananas. But then if you actually investigate the image a little bit more, you notice that the petrol pump is behind him in the store. So it's kind of taken the petrol idea and put it inside the shop as well. And it's
but he even has the shirt, like the pullover, like Under Armour. It even has the brand. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very smart, and it does. The images look really cool. The let me move this one on as well.
Look, so we've got some interesting comments here.
It's open source. That's why they adopted it. Now it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Ian. That's great to know. Yeah, that's it. I think with these, I was playing around with night vision and CCTV, security cameras. It starts to look more realistic because we're kind of used to seeing these images as sort of low quality. They're almost like not even 72 DPI, but just that sort of grainier shot, and adding that kind of grain to it makes it look more realistic. One of the things that's weird about Grok, right? So prior to Grok 2 being loaded into X, it was really good at determining people's profiles. So you could ask it, do you know Hendo? And it would give you a description of Hendo, or talk about Creative AI Thursday, talk about the different shows, or even with the Christelle and Alex as well, talk about the accounts. So it was scraping data from those accounts. Whereas once the image generation piece was added to it, if you ask it to create an image of you, it doesn't find that data. So it doesn't connect the image generation with the information that it can scrape from the platform. So this was like me asking it to do an Elon impersonator with a Grok 2 tattoo. And it kind of, gives this idea, which is a little bit odd. It kind of looks like Elon, but kind of doesn't really as well. So there is some confusion in there.
It's an Asian Elon. I mean,
Asian Elon, yeah.
Or Elon's cousin, I guess. I don't know.
Does he have a cousin? I don't know. Maybe.
But Musk.
Yeah, there's some really cool styles you can do with it. One of the things, though, that's really kind of blown my mind the last few days is a bit of a game changer. Was speaking with Javi and Linus, got access to Mystic today, and I know people have been using it for a few days, but this is the standard of this is game changer. So this was a prompt based on someone else's prompt that I put a post out earlier in the week of a grok image, and the realism that it adds to it is phenomenal. The styling in it, like there's, when you look at it in more detail, there's a lot of anomalies in there, but adding reference points that talk about like an old style or a Polaroid style, or even adding a date into the image as well. So circa 2001, 1980, things like that, give it a very specific style, which starts to change the vibe of the picture and makes it look more realistic. So we showed a couple of images a few weeks ago, which was the balloons. There was like the close-up with a guy from Runway, which was cool. This one's okay. There's a little bit of consistency with the character. And this is me basically using the same description of me, or as the Hendo character, so to speak, applying it to this one, but then applying it to that. And it's like unbelievable. Good quality.
Yeah,
I've
this is
only been
crazy.
playing with it for an hour, so it's been, you'll see more of this from me over the next few days. It's been fun to play with.
It's like you're using like one of those, what do you call like reflex cameras, stuff like that. I used to have one of those. Like this is how it would look like. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's the vibe is there. And I think with things like reflective surfaces as well, you get, like, if you look at the back of the guy's head and the balloon, there's the shadow of the hair on.
Whoa.
And then there's also the, if you look at the landscape on the
You can
white
see
balloon,
through the sunglasses.
yeah,
Yeah.
the building on the sunglasses is
Crazy.
almost replicated in the balloon as well. So there's the detail in there. And this is the
Oh,
Magnific 2.
wow.
Cool, eh? And even like the wispy sort of hair as well, which I don't really approve of. You need to kind of trim that sort of stuff off. But it's the guys have done a phenomenal job. It looks really cool. So thanks for the access, guys. You'll be seeing more of this over the coming days.
Wow.
Cool. Really
Amazing.
powerful. Because I mean, even looking at the skin texture and stuff like that, looks like super realistic. You look at the neck and you have like a bit of wrinkles. It's wild.
Yeah, well, that's it. The sort of, the ginger guys, they've always got sort of freckles and lines and stuff like that as well. So it does make it look real. If that was me, there'd probably be a little bit more sunburn on the forehead, maybe some on the tip of the nose.
Even like the forehead, the
there's sort of
forehead
scrunchie
wrinkles
here
from
as
looking
well.
at, I mean, it's just so,
Yes,
yeah.
cool.
Real.
That's it,
It
like,
looks real. I
ginger-
wouldn't know that this was done with AI.
This is a new
Doesn't look
model.
good. Pardon me? What was that, Christelle? Sorry.
Is this a new model? This Mystic,
Yeah, it's only been
is
out,
this
I
a
think,
new
about,
model, the Mystic model?
yeah, it's been out, I think, a week maybe. Came out last Thursday or Friday. So yeah, Grok was out on Tuesday or Wednesday,
Very
then Mystic
cool.
came out later in the week.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to know more about that, I'm Hendo AI. I've got a new website. There's loads of cool stuff on there. Drop me a line, say hi if you're interested. Be good to talk to you. Thank you very much. Over to you, brother.
All right, so back to your favorite AI productivity trainer and also pineapple pizza hater. It's your boy, Alex Northstar. There are a bit my qualifications. What I do, I don't sleep very much, but I do like playing with AI and finding actually useful stuff with it. All right, so we can move to the next slide because I got one, but it's quite of a spicy one. I woke up a couple of days, no, it was a bit more, I think it was like 4 days ago, and I was like swamped with emails, people asking me about the core stuff, some other stuff, and I literally burned my whole morning just doing customer service. And I got so upset about it. It's like, is there no way to just have AI check these emails and prepare some of my canned responses? And there is, because I built it by myself. I went into make.com and I tweaked with it for a couple of days until I got literally an AI that scans my emails every hour. It puts them into priority. Like it goes in a Google Sheet and it tells me which one requires answering, which one is just promo, newsletter, whatever. And then it writes the answer for me. So when I wake up in the morning, I have 27 emails, all with an answer ready. I just need to open them, check if I like the answer, fix it a bit maybe, and just send. That's it. So I went from spending 2 hours doing emails to spending like 15 minutes. It's great. I shared it with a few friends online, and a lot of people wanted this, and I did a bit of beta testing. So now I'm gonna piss off a lot of people because I'm not giving this for free. So like I spent a lot of hours building this. Two business owners bought this kind of automation. So I'm not gonna do one of those standard giveaways where like, oh, take everything, like this is it, have fun with it. It's part of my premium package together with other stuff. If you're really interested in these kind of solutions, feel free to DM me. I will show you how to set this up, how to do it, but I'm sorry, this solution is more advanced. It took me a long time to build. And as I said, it's part of a bigger product that I'm offering to people who are really into this stuff. But you can definitely try to build it by yourself. There's a lot of things that you can tweak there. It's customizable. It's not for everybody, but you can do a lot of interesting things. Because like one of my clients, one of the business owners, she was basically wants to use this basically for her customer service, where she has specific answers for her clients, not for the inbound questions, and she can just do multiple. Yeah, see, Unity Eagle, about time you made money. Yeah, but listen, why am I doing this? Because a lot of times when I gave stuff for free, people didn't respect it. They just either download it, never used it, or they're just like, give likes or whatever, and it doesn't happen nothing. So at this point, I charge it, you take it, you use it. If it doesn't work, you come back to me and we put it to work. So I'd rather give it to 10 people who actually get benefits than to 100 who just waste time. I'm sorry, controversial. I'm gonna get a lot of thumbs down for this. As I said, it's quite interesting because you can customize it for customer service. You can have like because she manages multiple countries pretty much. So she has for Spain, for Greece, for a couple of other countries, and what she can do is just duplicate the system. And every time she has an inbound lead for Spain, she can use this. For Greece, she can use this with some slight little tweaks. I used it for myself. It was a solution built for me. And I'm still tweaking it with a couple of other people to find new use cases. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just enjoying just building these kind of automations for myself and then giving them to other people or my students, my clients, people who participate in my workshops, because I kind of have a personal vendetta against all the AI fluffers out there, who I see them talking about innovation, the future, AI strategy, and you ask them, what do you do? And they charge me like $5,000 with no tangible value, no skills, no nothing. So I'm like, I don't understand these people. How do they classify themselves as AI leaders with no technical skills? How do they classify themselves like, oh, I have an overview of what you need to do. Yeah, I also have that. I can ask ChatGPT for that. But actually, if I wanted to know how to build this kind of stuff, this is what I would pay for, for like actually a hardcore solution, where we do it together. You show me how to do it, keep it simple, but practical. So thank you for listening. This is what I have on the menu this week. Last week, I had like an AI secretary that, took phone calls for you on your website. If you're interested, you can talk to me at northstarbrain.com or on social media, or you just feel free to DM me and tell me like, Alex, why is this not free? I'm sorry, not this one. Thank you for listening. I'm going to pass the mic now to the wonderful Lady Christelle.
This is brilliant, Alex. This is brilliant, and I'm glad that you're deciding to put it into a premium package, because I think this shit happens, man. I've seen and heard this from a number of people. Like some people talk about the funnel of free content, and the free content might be some sort of lead magnet, and more often or not, from what I've heard from a number of people, the free content isn't valued to the level it should be, and that people are downloading it and not even using it, and that it's kind of goes against your brand a little bit, that you're putting out professional content and that you're giving away free content. It's not being used, it's not being valued. So are those people ever going to value your premium content? Probably not.
Exactly. And this is actually a little tip, for the people out there who are consulting, because I had the situation basically yesterday where like one guy was asking me, it's like, so I want to be part of your workshops, but how does it compare with your free content? And at that point, I was like, wait a minute. People just like think that free content is the same as paid content, which is literally damaging my brand at this point. So that's why at this point, I'm going to give people for free some stuff, which is, useful to start, to get some benefits with it. But if you actually want the more deeper solutions where you need a bit extra help, you need me to help you set this up, then it should be paid. Because at this point, this is services that it took me a long time to figure out, to put this together. I do want to help people. And I think it's correct to do like a value exchange, not to just throw stuff for free. And people are like, yeah, this guy just does freebies every 2 hours, whatever. It's all like, fluff and water. And I was like, no, I actually have these solutions. I charge them because they actually valuable, and you should, apply them instead of just downloading 20,000 free resources that don't do much for
They
you.
don't do anything.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Because I know that Ian is listening as well. I saw a comment on one of his videos recently where he made a piece of content. The video it could have been 4 or 5 minutes long. An amazing piece of content. There's loads of work has gone into it. Images, animations, transitions, music, text. There's a whole load of work went into it. And one of the comments was, send me the prompts. And he just sort of responds back with a question mark. Going, what do you mean I want all the prompts? It's like,
yeah.
People are out there thinking we're going to share all the prompts. It's like, are you mad? It's crazy, but it's almost hard to think about it. That's it. There you go. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I saw your post, and it's very silly. It's like people put a lot of work into their content, and there's people making money selling cool content.
Yeah. And because you believe in it, right? Because you're not going to just throw stuff for free. It's like, if I'm putting a price, it's because I believe it's valuable. And if not, I'm going to give you the money back, or I'm going to help you until you get the results. But I believe in my stuff, and that's why I'm charging. Again, some people will not agree with this,
Give me your process.
Give me your process. I want your process. Give it to me.
Give me the prompt. Give me the prompt for automating my whole emails and website and business. I got you.
So what's going on for the next week, Alex? What have you got lined up?
Work. Just more work. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do one space or not, because lately I've been taking a bit of a break from the timeline and more going into building. Because again, I want to build automations that are useful for me, build more AI VAs for myself. So I was thinking of hiring a VA. Nope, I'm actually going to build AI VAs, literally, artificial intelligence solutions. Work a bit more. Perhaps I have a potential client for like next week, again, to do like workshops. And then I'm going to share this stuff. What I mean is, like, you do all this cool stuff, right? So you create automations, you bring value to companies, you do workshops, and I can share some of my learnings. For example, where I do it every Sunday. And I have to, I share less content, but I think it's more valuable and more useful than instead of me spending my whole day on the timeline to give people fluff. So I'm kind of changing approach here.
Good, man.
You can find me on social media. I managed to get 2,000 followers on LinkedIn. Let's go.
That's good. Let's go, LinkedIn.
Yep. That's it.
Christelle, what about you? What's going on for you for the next week?
Well, let's see. We're doing a lot. I'm in a similar place as Alex is, and I know you are too, Hendo. We're building a lot, right? So we're like taking everything that we've been learning about AI, and now I'm actually able to apply these automations that I've been learning how to build, these simple apps that I've been learning how to build. And I've been working on, the agency. So going from the EduCreator community to now having a couple handful of people that are working on agency stuff together and different automation projects, building the YouTube channel. That's a big thing. That's a big focus this week. So
cool.
You'll see me doing even more video, more shorts, more under 5-minute tutorials, because those seem to be my best ones. Even though now I might have to rethink my strategy, because for the first level of monetization, if we need 3,000 view hours, then maybe it's better to actually spend more time on another live stream. I don't know. We'll see. But I do like live streaming a lot. I've been doing that. We've been doing this, Hendo, now for what, like 3 months almost, and with Alex too. And then we've got Daybreak. So maybe you said this was episode 13. I'm like, what?
Episode 13, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it does like a lot. I think Get AI Creative is cool. I enjoy it. It's once a week. Tuesday's a good day for it. We're sharing AI content, and it's multi-platform, which is great. And is there space for a second one? Maybe, towards the end of the week, because there is a lot of content coming out. Maybe there's a shift. Maybe, don't know. See what the audience says. But we've got.
I think it'll be interesting to do a YouTube specific live stream. Because I'm seeing a lot of benefit to growing community on YouTube, especially because of their monetization features that you don't have on other platforms. So once you hit that first level of monetization with 500 subscribers, 3,000 live watch hours, you can start doing memberships. So you don't have to wait a year for a subscription like you do over on X. You can start charging for memberships right away. And you can do the live chat where people can pay in the super chat. So this is really interesting. I've been watching that where if somebody wants to get their question answered, they just pay $5. I've seen all the way up to $50 people will pay for their comment to be looked at and responded to. So it's a whole different type of monetization platform over there. And I think it works really well for anyone who's community focused because you're going to bring your audience wherever you are. So whether we're on LinkedIn, whether we're on X, whether we're on YouTube. So yeah, I'm looking forward to potentially adding a third live stream to YouTube, specifically. But the cool thing, because we're using StreamYard, we can, even if it's on YouTube, we can still stream to X, still stream to LinkedIn like we're doing right now.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It's pretty cool. We have the technology to extend ourselves.
Yeah, just answering that question, Unity Eagle as well, asking about not seeing the shows. Yeah, we've been doing it for 3 months. We've got this show, which is multi-platform, and then we've got Daybreak, which is on Wednesdays, which is myself and Christelle speaking specifically about X. But the hardest thing is the content. Once we put this content out, it kind of just gets washed down the river of the timeline. No one sees it unless we have
on Twitter.
Yeah, pinned posts on our profile. So the content just kind of goes missing, which is why we were transferring it onto the job site and onto YT as well. So YT, baby.
YMCA. I don't know what makes me think of YMCA.
Y2K. Do you remember Y2K?
Hi, Lydia. So I do.
Some people weren't around then. The Y2K bug, the Millennium Bug.
Some people, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Alex
fired.
was a wee little babe. Alex was a wee little top.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, the Y2K, I have no idea.
You don't know about that? Seriously? You don't
Educate me. We have 2 more minutes remaining.
Okay. Anybody in the comments who knows what Y2K was? Anybody know what the Millennium Bug was? You get a prize if you know.
I thought he was joking.
No, I don't think he does know.
I don't know. I'm honest. I'm not going to ask ChatGPT. So let's see if you guys can illuminate me.
That's it. Well, we'll see. Well, I don't know if anyone wants in the comments. I'm not going to tell you.
See your notes. We also. Yikes.
Yeah.
At the end of this page, like everybody's here left thinking like, oh, he didn't know Y2K, but I know it. The emotional damage,
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's like FOMO now. We want to leave you with some FOMO at the end of the show.
I'm fine. I don't know.
You don't care.
I'm just a millennial. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I know you don't care, but that's okay. It's even more fun that you don't know. We'll keep it that way. Maybe it's a secret that the internet's going to keep from you for another week.
Secret of the old internet.
It is old internet. I remember the first internet.
Very old.
Very old one.
I remember when I had my first computer though, when you put the floppy disk in and I wanted to transfer like a music file, an MP3, and it said like 3 hours and 47 minutes remaining. One song, 3 hours and 47 minutes. And I waited the whole 3 hours and 47 minutes. And nowadays, you just transfer a movie of like 10 gigabytes in like 1 minute if you have decent internet. Yeah.
In 1 second. That's it. Upload
Crazy.
With your neural chip.
Directly into your brain. That's where it's at.
That's it. Lydia, it was something about 98 to...
It's something about 98.
There you go. That's it. So Lydia doesn't know either. That's okay.
Lydia's on my squad.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank
That's
you,
okay.
Lydia.
We're going to keep it from Lydia as well. We won't let Lydia know. That's it. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
This has been...
let us know where they can find us. So you have your website.
Ionet has a pretty good explanation.
Yeah.
Oh. They thought that would mess up all major data systems on the clock at midnight. No idea what you're referring to. Where can we find you? If people want to check out your adventures, what's your YouTube channel to follow?
Well, my YouTube, it's Hendo AI on all platforms. My YouTube channel, I don't have any subscribers yet. So if you want to subscribe, that's cool. I'm going to be putting content up over the next few weeks. There's new cool stuff coming. It's in planning. It's going to
What
get
about you, Christelle? There's like a 2-second delay.
Right now, AI for edu creators. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, but you will see me coming out with a new newsletter soon for my YouTube community. I'm excited.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Nice. In my case, they
Good
can just
stuff.
follow me
Thank
on
you
North Star
all.
Brain. And then I have just like Alex North Star on the internet. Apparently, I'm the first page results now on Google search. So that's kind of neat.
Google, do you
That's
actually
awesome.
you do Google searches? Who Google searches anymore?
Yeah, I also do Perplexity. I just found out like 3 days ago. I was like, but I don't even do that. I'm just going to search. Do I show up in Perplexity? Let me go check real quick. Thank you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check this out.
Thank you, everybody. This has been episode 13. Thank you for your support, for your comments. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you to my 2 co-hosts. We will be back next week with Get AI Creative, and myself and Christelle will be back tomorrow with Daybreak on X. Thank you all very much. Enjoy your Tuesdays.
Ciao.